Hello, my name is Kyle and welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about a couple key points about this whole Ukraine situation that most people are not talking about it, and maybe you don't know much about it either. And I'm going to tell you about that. And essentially, it's basically how the Clinton administration and the Obama administration, through crimes of commission and of omission, took and left Ukraine high and dry, and how Trump, the hypocrisy with him being impeached, is just incredible. So getting into this really quickly, first of all, let's say this. The Ukraine people have the sovereign right, the God-given right to defend themselves. And we should support that. In terms of sending troops over there, I don't agree with that. I think we should defend our southern border, and we should protect American interests and leave it at that, okay? But let's also remember this, is that the Ukraine government is a crazily insane, corrupt government. How do I know? Because President Zelensky was elected because he was going to get rid of that swamp there in the Ukraine and in corruption. And so when President Trump made that phone call talking about looking into corruption as well as the Biden thing, which, by the way, as an aside, Zelensky said, yeah, we knew about that and we're looking into it even before that. He was totally authorized because there wasn't actually an agreement under Bill Clinton where the Ukraine and the U.S. had a joint partnership where they could look into corruption. It was involved with drug trafficking and other things too, but there was an agreement which gave President Trump full authority to do what he did in that phone call. No one talks about that. That's point number one. Point number two is there's something called the Budapest Manifesto or Budapest Memorandum. What that was an agreement, you're going to love this, for Ukraine after the fall of the Soviet Union to give up all of its nuclear weapons, and send them where? You guessed it, to Russia. So in 1996, the last nuclear weapon went over to Russia, leaving Ukraine totally unarmed. And guess what? 6 years later, it was 96 and 2014, so about 8 years later, Putin invades Crimea, the southern portion of Ukraine, which is a very strategic area where they can have staging areas, and allowing them to have Belarus to the north, which is also in cahoots with Putin, along with the Russian border on the eastern portion, putting them all the way surrounded and allowing to see what happened just this week with Putin again going into Ukraine and having that major incursion. You see, Ukraine is a very rich country in terms of soil, minerals, resources, and strategic area in terms of just having it to be the staging area to move further west if need be. And that pretty much is all Putin wanted to do anyway, in my opinion. I mentioned it in a couple of videos. If you want to check those out, they're right here in the links below. So, that Budapest Manifesto also said, or didn't say, and this is the crime of omission, it didn't make promises for America to actually proactively defend Ukraine either. So basically, it gave the dog whistle for Russia to go ahead and invade. We're not going to do anything about it. And that's where we are. And also, on the side, it was President Trump that actually gave Ukraine the weapons that they asked for.